the hand is showing up on the reflection. So the reflection reflects the prompt. That's actually pretty fucking great. I don't know if that's a bug, but that's something that you never really would notice before. Huh.
Going in there, Del. Get ready.
I'm glad that we're not just kicking open doors. Thank God we've learned our lesson from doing that.
Man, I can't believe this turned to shit so fast.
Hey, Cole, Vaz, Carmine. You think they're okay?
I hope so. Let's get to Kate and Dad. Then we can worry about the others.
Lost Horse Plush. JD here. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of what it is you're fighting for. Today, that's not so easy. Alright. And so like I said, here, when it was Settlement 2, and when we first met these characters and they were running from the COG, it was back to us taking on ourselves. Whereas now, we're back to fighting a literal other. Something that's trying to wipe us out. Something that, like, if we don't unify against, it will kill all of us.
Not going that way.
Let's see. Settlement 2 Summer Birth Pamphlet. Your children, our future. Congratulations on the recent arrival of your child. The Coalition of Ordered Governments is thrilled to welcome our newest citizens. Today's ceremony is a time to acknowledge your family's contribution and also reflect on the commitment of the people of the COG in rebuilding our society. In the years after we defeated our terrible enemy, we strove to climb out of the darkness. We realized it is not enough to rebuild our cities. We must fill them with new life. Our government devoted itself to advancing gestational and neonatal medicine and established the first fertility initiatives, and the women and men of the coalition stepped forward to do their part. Our late esteemed First Minister Anya Stroud was one of those pioneers who entered into the fertility program, followed its treatment protocols, and emerged with a healthy child. Her brave example continues to inspire others to put the future needs of our society before personal considerations. Enjoy these days with your baby and look to how you can continue to serve. The Ministry of Procreation will help you prepare for quickening with your next child. Your growing family will create a bright future for humanity. And honestly, like, as repulsive as that is on a personal level, I'm not one for kids. Do you want to come over here and join the couch? Mrs. Play is going to jump into this real quick, guys.
I don't want to do my homework anymore. Hi, guys. No, it was basically, I was trying to listen as I was talking about I was getting out of that. It's like, it is your duty to have a child, which feels a little George Orwell 1984, feels a little Handmaid's Tale, and like, those are all, as you've said throughout this playthrough, that like dystopian society, and like, I don't want it to be my moral duty to have kids. Let somebody else who actually like wants to have kids have the kids. It shouldn't be one of your moral imperatives, in my opinion, to reproduce.
I think for this one, the idea though is like we've been so decimated. Like, we've been...
No, I understand. Like, you need to, like, replenish the population. But if you don't have the infrastructure in place to support that population, maybe one of the, like, hey, let's go fuck like rabbits shouldn't be one of the things. And I know, I'm exaggerating a little right now, but it's just like, it shouldn't be...
They have the infrastructure. Like,
okay.
That's one of the things. It's like, it's not... They're like, it's not enough to rebuild our cities, which is what they've really done, is like they have the ability to like pretty much prefab a city, and you actually get to see that in the other game when it's like we're gonna steal this generator from this little generator. It builds a few robots and it builds some beams. So you build a box around the generator, protects the generator, and then it keeps building from there in order to accomplish more and eventually fill out the city. But there are no people in the city, and I think this is supposed to actually cover what actually needs to be done in order for us to go back to the way our civilization used to be in order to defend ourselves in case we have any other future issues. Are you watching the cat lick himself?
No, I was listening to what you said.
I just saw your head canted, and I was like paying attention to the.
So you don't. You can build the. You can get the infrastructure. Your population is too small. I don't know. It takes forever to raise a human child.
Oh well, I think the whole point is
they can still get sick. I don't know, like having.
I think there's genetic alterations there.
Oh, okay.
Because they talk.
I don't know this game. In case you guys can't tell.
No, that's fine. Your character, your mom, the main character's mom, the guy I'm playing around with, was not able to have kids, so she undertook this program with the inability to carry a child naturally. And I'm guessing it killed her. And your father, who's still alive and was the main character of the first 3 games, he...
Wait, I don't understand. How did she die?
Complications, we're assuming, with childbirth.
But you just said that she couldn't carry a child.
Yes. So she went to this fertility program, because it's not like, hey, let's have sex like rabbits. It's, hey, we're going to pump you up with some drugs, so that way you can put out a...
6 tuplets.
No, well, I mean, no, or just one really healthy baby.
I mean, we just call those prenatal vitamins. So what's the difference between a prenatal vitamin and...
And that's what they said. No, they've advanced it now. Like, so now it's like, okay, not only are you doing that, but it's like, okay, say we could, like, pre-vaccinate a baby? So it's like, oh,
I mean, you're talking eugenics at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
Eugenics. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't know.
I was biologist once. I know science. Some science. Those remind me of the robots from the Matrix.
Oh, I can totally see that.
Yep. From, like, the real world, not the dream part. It's just the way they're swarming and they...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think swarms, like insects, are, just terrifying. Like, that is something most of us don't want to have to deal with.
Yeah, never have I ever swarm of insects, knocking on wood. Never have I ever swarm of insects.
James, do you read?
That's your dad.
Copy, Dad. Loud and clear.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, they don't like each other very
No?
much.
Oh,
No.
we're not friends?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. His
Okay.
dad's a soldier first.
Well,
Doesn't necessarily like the new government is
we
like.
never really know our fathers.
We're on our way to you.
Sorry.
Except we do. He doesn't.
Bummer.
His father's like a good guy and highly intelligent, and like ends up enlisting against his father's wishes. You do the same thing.
So this guy's just classic, like, distant military father puts the job first?
No, so that was the first 3 games, and then at least 2 to 3 years after the 3rd game ends, you pick up as that's where you would have been born. The main character here would have been born. So he's.
Are you on Earth?
It's called Sarah instead of Tara.
No, we're leaving.
Okay.
Because they have mole people.
That's hilarious.
Yep, those things right there,
Yeah.
mole people.
Why are we fighting the mole people? Were they here first?
We're not sure.
Let's just help them clear the street.
By the way, check out this grenade launcher.
I'll be pushing back.
Bang.
Oh no.
DBs, come on. Clear the street.
Oh, I like that.
I know, right?
I need me one of those.
I know.
I actually have no business with one of
I
those.
mean, none of us have a business with one of those.
It would be the equivalent of, like, the new Spider-Man. Like, you had these glasses with advanced technology and you almost killed your friends. Like, I'd be the one who almost killed my friends. I'm like, look at this thing that I have. Nothing covered.
I am. But no, I'm really enjoying it. One, this game is so much prettier than any of the other Gears have been. The contrast. This is a very muddy sequence, and I'm like, aw, it's such a shame because the first area has so much lush greenery in it. It's like, hey, we learned that, you know...
That's one of his biggest comments about the game, you guys. Like, when everyone's like, Gears, tell me more right now. He's like, guys, there's so much green. There's so much color.
Well, because when the first game came out, it was in that era where it was like, hey...
Brown is color.
Brown is color. The only colors that actually exist in the real world are grays and browns. And really real... And some lights.
Maybe they live in the city.
Artificial lights. No, it...
Concrete jungle.
You'd be walking around in the jungle, and the green would look so muted and muddy and blasé that it wasn't... It...
So you're fighting the mole people and these guys? What are those things? What are those things?
Like the mole people?
But they can fly.
Yes.
That's really disappointing for you.
Jay, over here.
They came from underground and the air. Well, you can... Alright, I'm gonna go back to my map now. Have fun, guys.
So that was Mrs. Play. We'll be wrapping up here probably after this once we can get, like, inside to help out. Oh, here they are. Because they're like, hey, come over here. I'm like, we're out of ammo. Hopefully we can get up top and get some ammo to fight this thing.
Without DVs, how are we gonna do this?
We're gonna be cogs. We're gonna be soldiers.
Baird, we got him. Where do you need us?
Well, at the theater there was a group of evacuees there. Lost contact with them an hour ago.
Probably dead.
We'll round him up and get him to safety. Hey, Baird,
Mrs. Fly,
calls for reinforcements.
come here.
Don't do it.
Roger that.
Been summoned.
There's a lot already out there.
Understood, Control.
Long time no chat. What's up?
What does that remind
Hey!
you of?
I see what you did there.
I didn't realize, and I saw the poster before.
I see what you did.
I know,
there.
right? I'm not throwing away my cog.
Is that what it says?
Hang on.
I want it to be.
Wait,
what it
wait,
says.
hold on. Lyrics from Nasser Embry, That's My Name, the opening song of the Embry musical. How does a national realize power, spirit waning, light fading at the 12th hour?
You need to rap it. You need to get better. Don't rap it. Don't rap it.
How
no.
does a nation realize power, spirit waning, light fading at the 12th hour, an age of silence loudening our way of the
of life floundering?
of life floundering? Could it be the end, our time now expiring?
Oh
but
my
then a
gosh.
glimmer of hope, a new energy, a promise to make our misery only a memory. The myth, the miracle, the fuel they call emulsion. Now a craze, a mania, a worldwide compulsion. Tensions now on the rise. Everyone knows the prize. Hatred in each other's eyes, everywhere in ugly guise. It must be Armageddon's reprise, cause he who hesitates dies.
Good company.
Nassar Ember, he knew what's... yeah,
That's
no.
right for-
From his father built ships and his mother was a soldier.
These
Okay.
guys are such nerds. I fucking love it.
I
Someone's a fan and they tried really hard. And
you know what? It's one of those things where
that
I'm
person
like,
deserves a raise.
can we like just...
Are they in the credits? They need to. The author of this needs to be in the credits. Like special thanks to.
Yeah, probably. I really want to like...
Remember this moment.
I really want to be like, yo,
Can
hey...
we write to them and say they did a really good job?
I just want to go to Lin-Manuel Miranda and be like, hey, I have a favor to ask.
It wouldn't even be a favor. It'd be like, hey, did you know that
No, I would be like, hey,
the
can you...
the cadence for
Can
your
you
musical?
do this in your cadence for your
Yeah,
musical?
yeah.
Because if it's the opening song, it's got to be kept the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if that's got to be something somewhere. And
I'm
I'm glad
very
they found the
pleased.
lyrics there.
I'm very pleased.
Oh. Yeah, we're a bit of Hamilton fans here. I know that might make
Yeah,
us
it's
weird,
so nerdy.
but
I love it.
it was really good.
Wait. Do turn 180 degrees. What's nope 90 there. What's that? Oh, it's just another.
Embry the musical. It's just another like poster.
Okay.
Hey, that actor guy.
They're Hamilton
Jace-
fans, and I appreciate that. Okay, I'm really going back to my
He's in the
homework
play.
now.
Okay, Jace Stratton
for
is his
sharing.
name.
Don't be. Jace can handle himself.
Do we know Jace?
Is he the face of your monetary?
I don't know, but I think he's supposed to be like a. He's the main actor who is writing this play or this musical. So I'm like, do we know him? Have we met him in a previous game and I'm just not picking up on it? I still have no ammo. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out the pistol and just rock with the revolver, like the 30-06 revolver that we have here. Collectible. Warren lighter. Whoever used this lighter used it a lot. Jace Stratton. Frenzy. Was he someone that was like with Cole? I don't remember.
No one back here. Let's check the stage.
Let's grab some frag grenades, even though I really haven't used them. Should probably begin to wrap it up after this, just because like I'm playing through this because the story is good. This is a very compelling and fun experience. I highly recommend if you have this on my voice and you're like, I'm on the fence about it,
Hey.
give it a shot.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a headache.
Yeah, you ain't okay, girl.
Let's go. Damn it. Nothing.
People were here. Where'd they all go?
Maybe they got out.
Let's get that curtain open.
Alright, so we're going to leave this here as a cliffhanger, guys. Thank you. No. Put the snub pistol back down. No one wants that shit. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We do greatly appreciate you being here. If you guys are Hamilton fans, let us know. Let us know if you have like a favorite spot, a favorite part of the musical, favorite song. My personal favorite is Teach 'Em How to Say Goodbye. Don't know why, but I just really enjoy that song. So if you guys have a favorite one, please let us know in the comments below if you're curious about this game or you want to see some other things about it. Hold up, what is this? Octus Cannon Scroll Prop. The Octus Cannon founding document of the Coalition. It reads, I am responsible for myself and my actions. I shall conduct myself honorably and live a clean and frugal life. I have a responsibility to my fellow citizens. I shall be loyal to them and humble because we are elements of the greater whole, and without them I am nothing. I have the responsibilities to our society. I shall understand and respect my place in it, defend it, and work to make it prosperous, so that I may receive society's protection and that we may hand on safety and prosperity to future generations. Okay, here's your little manifesto. Sir! Alright, guys. Thank you once again for joining me. I do hope you all have a good rest of your day. Remember that you're all winners out there, and keep it weird.